Craig Coxe. And if you're wondering, as I am, what Craig Coxe's reaction was to dressing for this game after not dressing for a game since the 5th of November against New Jersey, you're going to hear that reaction right now.
Well, to me, it was, I was a little surprised when they told me this morning that I was going to be playing, but, I mean, I was really happy. It's been a long time, and I knew I was going to be a little rusty, and Bob told me beforehand that I wasn't going to get a lot of ice time because I haven't played in a long time. You know, he just wants me to get the legs back in shape and all, and play it from there. But yeah, it was a surprise, but it was a good surprise.
Fair to suggest that the coaching staff is showing that much more confidence in you.
Yeah, it's nice. Hopefully, it'll continue. And I know I'm not going to play every game, but if I get spot duty, every once in a while get in, I'll be happy with that. As long as I feel that I'm still contributing to the team and trying to help the team win. And like you say, hopefully they will get more confident in me.
Now, in the first period, you were on the ice and skating by Rick Dudley, and you had a few words for him. What happened there?
No, it wasn't Dudley. It was the what's his name, Ray, because he was yapping at Gino before the draw, saying, let's go, and then Gino said, well, great, and he was ready to go, and then he practically turtles, doesn't drop his gloves or nothing. I mean, to me, that's chicken bull, eh? So, I kind of skated by and I just said, hey, man, that's gutless, like, don't pull that. But, it's just what happened there.
Not a lot of ice time, but were you satisfied with your play in this game?
Well, I was happy to get out there. It would always be nicer to play a little bit more, but I felt a little sluggish, a couple of times getting the puck. Legs were feeling kind of heavy, and I didn't really get any good body checks in out there. But, like I say, hopefully it'll snowball and I'll play a couple more games and I'll start feeling a little bit better.
For those who thought Craig didn't forget him, and neither did we, and next, Michael Kennedy.
We were going to go with 5D, and we needed an extra forward, so that, I think Coxe was a logical guy to go in that situation. Robert Nordmark was unable to play with the flu.
So Craig was pretty well rested?
Yeah, he was rested. I thought he tried hard. He didn't get a lot of ice time, but he's a good kid. It's pretty hard not to like Coxe.
So 4 months between games. That means we see Petri Skriko tomorrow?
Well, when was his last game, did you say, Coxe?
November 5th, I think.
November, December, January. That's 4 months?
2 months. It just seems like 4 months.
Is that new math, or is that...
Well, I don't know what it is, and he didn't really play a lot last night. In fact, one of the newspapers indicated he had a 2-second shift, so if you say he tried hard for those 2 seconds, I guess you're not... If you're...
standpoint, to say make...
It away against Craig Coxe. Coxe is getting the best of this one, I'll tell you, as he keeps flailing away with that big right hand. He has a tremendous height advantage and a big right hand as he plays, as Tom just mentioned, a rare game here in his hometown of Los Angeles, and I think Tom will give the decision on that one to the Canucks number 22.
Oh, a clear decision. It was all Coxe all the way. Halkitis, not known as a real fighter, really, and Coxe was after a little skirmish behind the LA net. Starting to get a little chippy. I'll tell you, the guy who's really dished out some big checks for LA tonight is Johnny McIntyre. And I think that maybe he and Big Gino might end up meeting before this game is over.
Los Angeles penalty to number 22, Bob Halkitis, 2 minutes for roughing. So Coxe gets 2 and 2, and Halkitis just gets the 2-minute penalty.
You know what I never can understand is how you can throw punches like that, 5, 6, 7 punches, and he gets a double minor. They don't call that fighting.
Number 22, Bob Halkitis, 2 minutes for roughing. So the Kings again will go.
As far as Craig Coxe, yes, I hope he gets a shot with another team, if not with us. He's worked very hard here. He's a tough kid. He's fought everybody. I remember my first year here when he fought Probert. That's one of the best heavyweight matches I've ever seen in my life. And, yeah, I have a lot of respect for Craig Coxe, and I hope he bounces back.
Gotta just be tough as well. But he can't just, like Coxe, he'll show up for them all. But he's got to win a couple. So how do you feel about Nedved? Do you think he's a little bit...
As far as Coxe, I think Coxe does win his share. I think he, there are some fights where he hasn't done well, but I think the guys that try to win him, instead of just hanging on like Chris Nyland does, guys that try and win him are going to get beat some nights.
Oh, he's got Coxe in trouble. He's in real trouble. Down he goes. Craig Coxe wiped out very early in a fight with Crowder with that devastating right hand. He hit him about 3 times right in the face.
Well, they say Crowder is the new heavyweight champion in the National Hockey League, and if that's any indication, this was a quick one. A 10-second KO. Coxe went down after about 2-3 punches. They were all Crowder. Now, let me tell you the size of this guy. He's only 22. He's 6'4", 215 pounds. And his first NHL game, he got in a fight, a major fight with John Cordica, the Leafs. And boy, I'll tell you, he really handled Coxe. That was one-sided.
Well, they each get 5 minutes for fighting.
Oh.
And you know, a short time ago, when that other altercation was going on between Fetisov and Smil, they were close by, and I thought they were going to fight then. And then they had a lot of opportunity, but they didn't. They just had a few words. This time they lined up on the face-off right by the Vancouver blue line, standing right side by side, and you just had the feeling that as soon as the puck was dropped, their gloves would drop, and that's exactly what happened.
And listen to the hum in the Pacific Coliseum. I mean, everybody's talking about this. And that is really something to see when you get 2 big guys squaring off at a distance and then working in, getting ready to throw those haymaker punches. And I'll tell you, this Crowder, he is one tough guy.